G'day! In today's video I'm talking about my favourite gamepad of 2022. So every now and then I play a third person game on PC as opposed to playing it on console, and I usually pick up a controller. Maybe something like the PS3 controller, which nowadays, after just doing a repair on a couple of these yesterday, they feel so small. I hold it, these bottom two fingers don't even touch anything. Or they barely touch anything depending on how you hold it. So it feels like a kid's toy nowadays. I'm more accustomed to the DualShock 4, which that one has been perfectly fine, perfectly used to it. But recently on eBay I saw for sale a Hyperkin Duke, one of these fellas. And they're modelled off the original Xbox controller before they became the Type S controller, I believe, and then they slowly evolved into the Xbox 360 controller, which they've stuck to that form for quite a while. These ones, when they first came out, were pretty much ridiculed for being so freaking large. And if you have a look at the top, we have triggers, bumper, and the layout of it just seems slightly bizarre compared to what we're used to in 2022. Especially after the evolution of the 360 controller and the DualShock controllers. But using it, I found that my hand sits great. Everything's sitting comfortably somewhere. So bottom two fingers sitting down here. Fingers are sitting on the trigger. Other fingers are just wrapping around the front here, going to the bumper, and everything else just works. My thumb doesn't get fatigued for playing. It's sitting there comfortably over here on the left joint, just perfectly fine, as opposed to probably using the Cramp Fest, known as the DualShock 3. But I've been recently replaying Alan Wake, so I've got the original version of that, not the remaster, and I thought, what better time to give this a try. As I said, it was listed faulty on eBay. I paid 28 Australian dollars including postage for it. So far I've played about 3 hours of Alan Wake and have yet to fault this machine at all. Probably the biggest fault, or two flaws that I could see with it. One, it's wired, uses micro USB, comes with about a 2 meter cable. I'm playing it on a laptop on my lap, so the cord is not an issue, or the cord length is not an issue. I can see where that can be an issue for some people. The other slight flaw is when we plug this in, we get an Xbox One original startup animation play in there, and then it stops on the Xbox logo. One thing that would be really cool, really over the top, is if that could be used as a display. From what I've looked online, it's just playing a single video file embedded in the chip on the OLED display. Some people have figured out how to reprogram it, but at this point in time, it's looking unlikely, and there's probably no way to have a real-time video play on that little OLED display. It would be cool if you could. I find it absolutely ridiculous sitting there playing Doom Eternal on essentially a 2-inch screen, which would be bit of a laugh anyway. But so far, after being one of the people to ridicule the original Xbox controller back when it first launched, I found this controller is extremely comfortable, and so far has been my favourite controller of 2022. Who would have thought? Granted, if I paid retail price for it, I would probably be not as enthusiastic as I am right here. Looking online at various retailers, these sell for around about 100 to 150 Australian dollars, which for more of a novelty toy, novelty controller, granted Hyperkin do produce a wide variety of gaming controllers, I would probably much rather just getting an original Xbox controller and using that. But so far, my thoughts of it have been very pleasant, very happy, and yeah, what more can I say? I'll catch you guys later. Bye.